In this video, I'm going to explain about subtopic 3.4 meiosis. So dalam subtopik ini kita ada dua learning objective. The first one, you need to be able to describe stages of meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. And the second one, you need to be able to compare similarities and differences of mitosis and meiosis. Okay, so meiosis is a type of nuclear division which produce 4 daughter cell, each having half number of chromosome as the parent cell. So untuk meiosis, kita akan menghasilkan daripada satu parent cell nanti, kita akan produce 4 daughter cell, yang mana each of the daughter cell akan mengandungi separuh number of chromosome compared to the parent cell. So for example, if the parent cell have diploid number of chromosome, the daughter cell each akan ada haploid number of chromosome. So meiosis occur in reproductive cells. So for animals, okay, meiosis will produce sperm and ovum ataupun sperm and egg in process called gametogenesis. Okay, so example of reproductive cells of animals adalah primordial germ cell. Kalau untuk plant, meiosis akan produce spores dalam proses yang kita panggil sebagai spores formation. Okay, an example of reproductive cells in plant are megaspores and microspores. Okay, so meiosis kita ada dua phase, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Okay, before we go in details about meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, okay, kita akan tengok dahulu mengenai terminologies in meiosis. So first we have sister chromatids. So sister chromatids are two identical chromatids. Okay, so kiri chromatid sebelah kiri dengan chromatid sebelah kanan ini adalah identical. The genetic information is the same. Okay, so two identical chromatids which are held together at the centromere. Okay, so it is attached at the centromere. Okay, while joined, two sister chromatids make up one chromosome. Itu bila kita count the number of chromosome lah. Okay, bila kita count the number of chromosome, ini dikira sebagai satu chromosome. Homologous chromosome pula is a pair of chromosome which have the same pattern of genes along the chromosome, but the nature of the genes may differ. Okay, so maksud dia ialah homologous chromosome adalah sepasang kromosom yang mempunyai gene sequence yang sama, kromosom length yang sama, dan centromere location yang sama. So basically appearance of the chromosome is almost the same lah. Okay, dia hampir sama. So dia mempunyai size yang sama. Position of dia punya centromere pun pada kedudukan yang sama. Okay, tetapi the nature of the genes may differ. So maksud dia di sini ialah the genetic information. Okay, the genetic information in the chromosome tidak sama. Okay, the genetic information in the chromosome tidak sama. So genetic information in chromosome sebelah sini dengan kromosom sebelah sini tidak sama. Okey, tidak sama. Itu yang dimaksudkan dengan homologous chromosome. So for homologous chromosome, one member of each pair comes from female parent and the other from male parent. Okey. So kalau ada sepasang macam ini homologous chromosome, okay, salah satu, okay, one set adalah datang daripada maternal, satu lagi dari paternal chromosome. Okay, so itu adalah homologous chromosome. Seterusnya kita ada bivalent. So bivalent is a pair of homologous chromosome next to each other. So bila dia berada bersebelahan, okay, bila homologous chromosome ini berada bersebelahan, kita boleh panggil dia sebagai bivalent ataupun tetrad. Okay, bivalent ataupun tetrad. So bivalent dengan tetrad ini merujuk kepada benda yang sama, cuma fokus dia berbeza lah. So bila kita mau fokus, okay, about the two chromosome, okay, about the number of chromosome, the two chromosome, kita boleh panggil dia bivalent. Okay, Tapi bila kita mau fokus kepada the four chromatids, okay, in homologous chromosome, kita boleh panggil dia tetrad. Okay, so ini bivalent, ini tetrad. Okay, ini bivalent dan tetrad. Dia merujuk kepada benda yang sama, cuma fokus dia berbeza lah. Next, kita ada synapsis. So, synapsis is the pairing up process of homologous chromosome. Okay, so proses di mana homologous chromosome mencari dia punya pairing, dia punya partner, itu disebut sebagai synapsis. Okay, synapsis. So, kita nampak di sini. Okay, so di sini kita punya homologous chromosome belum pairing lagi. Okay, belum pairing lagi. So, proses dia bergerak daripada macam ini ke sini, okay, ke sini, itu disebut sebagai synapsis, pairing up of homologous chromosome. Crossing over adalah exchange of genetic material between non-sister chromatid. Okay, so berlaku pertukaran genetic information between non-sister chromatids. Itu disebut sebagai crossing over. Chiasmata is the region ataupun point of crossover at which two non-sister chromatids are joined. So basically chiasmata ini adalah point of contact. Okay, point di mana non-sister chromatids ini bersentuh untuk melakukan proses crossing over. Itu disebut sebagai chiasmata ataupun chiasma. Chiasma singular, chiasmata plural. So, kita boleh tengok di sinilah. So, proses dia bergerak cari pasangan dia untuk membentuk macam ini adalah synapsis. Okay, synapsis. So, bila dia contact one another, okay, contact one another, point of contact itu disebut sebagai chiasmata. Okay, so point of contact ini yang membolehkan berlakunya crossing over lah. Okay, yang membolehkan berlakunya crossing over. Okay. So, dalam meiosis, macam saya sebut tadi, we have two phases, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Di mana meiosis 1, we have prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, and telophase 1. In meiosis 2 pula, kita ada prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. So, bila kamu name stages in meiosis, kamu kena bagi tahu dia 1 ataupun 2. Kamu kena beritahu prophase 1 atau prophase 2. Kamu tidak boleh just mention prophase sahaja. Kena bagi tahu 1 ataupun 2. Itu untuk meiosis. So first kita akan tengok dahulu mengenai meiosis 1, prophase 1. So prophase 1 is the longest phase in meiosis. Okay, the longest phase in meiosis. Di mana prophase 1 can be divided into 5 stages. Kita ada leptotin, zygotin, pakitin, diplotin dengan diakinesis. Okay. So ini overview dia, gambar aja of what happened in each of the sub-stages. So di leptotin, chromosome become visible. So basically kita punya chromatin condense. So, chromosome akan appear shortened and thickened. Okay. But does not associate with any physical contact yet. So, basically kita punya chromosome belum ada bersentuh sesama diorang lah. Tidak ada physical contact. Tidak bersentuh sesama diorang. Itu yang berlaku semasa leptotin. Okay. Kemudian, in zygotin, synapsis occur. So, pairing of homologous chromosome takes place. So di leptotin tadi dia just condense, di zygotin barulah kita punya homologous chromosome pair up. Okay, mencari pasangan dia lah. Okay, pair up. So sekarang homologous chromosome ataupun bivalent ataupun tetrad kita consist of 2 chromosome ataupun 4 chromatid. So basically dia mencari pasangan dia macam ni lah. Okay, so dia mencari pasangan dia. In pakitin, the process of crossing over occur. Okay, this region or point where crossing over occurred are called chiasma. So, selepas dia buat synapsis di zygotin, di pakitin, dia akan cross over. Okay, dia akan buat crossing over where it enables the exchange of genetic material between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosome. So dia akan exchange genetic information between the non-sister chromatids. And region ataupun point of contact between the non-sister chromatids are known as chiasma ataupun chiasmata. Seterusnya, kita ada diplotin. Okay, so diplotin adalah separation of homologous chromosome. So separation of homologous chromosome begins at this stage, tetapi homologous chromosome are still attached at chiasma. So basically apa yang berlaku ialah di pakitin tadi kita punya homologous chromosome dia in contact. Okay, dia in contact. So during diplotin, the homologous chromosome start to separate. So, mereka start untuk berpisah. Okay, tetapi mereka still attached at the chiasma. Okay, so kamu boleh nampakkan perbezaan dia. So di diplotin dia start untuk berpisah tetapi dia masih attached di bahagian chiasma. Okay, di diakinesis, the period at the end of the first process of meiosis, the separation of homologous chromosome is almost complete and crossing over has occurred. So selain daripada itu, during diakinesis juga, kita punya chromosome become fully condensed lah, di mana now 4 chromatids is visible. Okay, 4 chromatids of the homologous chromosome becomes fully visible. Okay, other than that, nuclear membrane also disintegrate and nucleolus disappear. So proses-proses yang berlaku during process 1 akan berlaku lah. Okay. So overview untuk apa yang berlaku di process 1 adalah the main events are synapsis occur, di mana homologous chromosome pair up to form bivalent ataupun tetrad, crossing over between non-sister chromatids occur, and chiasmata form. So ini main event yang berlaku during process 1. Okay. So kamu ingat di sini ialah selepas crossing over between non-sister chromatids occur, okay, the sister chromatids are no longer identical. Okay, sister chromatids tidak lagi identical. So kita boleh nampaklah ada variation, ada perbezaan di dalam sister chromatids. Okay, ada perbezaan di dalam sister chromatids. Okay, after prophase 1, metaphase 1 akan berlaku. So during metaphase 1, homologous chromosome line up at metaphase plate. Okay, so homologous chromosome. So berbeza dengan kita punya metaphase of mitosis, untuk metaphase 1 yang akan berbaris di sini adalah homologous chromosome. So pasangan kromosom ini akan berbarislah macam ini. Okay, so the homologous chromosome is attached with spindle fiber at their centromere. So kita boleh nampaklah ada spindle fiber attached at the centromere. One chromosome from each pair faces the opposite poles. Okay, so itu during metaphase 1. So during anaphase 1 pula, spindle fiber shorten and pulled homologous chromosome apart ataupun towards the opposite poles. So di sini di anaphase 1, centromere kita tidak split the centromere. Okay, kita tidak split the centromere. Sebab apa yang berlaku ialah kita pisahkan homologous chromosome sahaja. Okay, kita pisahkan homologous chromosome. So this separate the homologous chromosome into 2 haploid sets. So sebab ini adalah pairing. Okay, so bila mereka bergerak to opposite poles, dia akan create groups yang consist of haploid sets. Group yang consist of one set of chromosome sahaja. Okay, for the sister chromatids, it's still attached at their centromere. Kita tidak pisahkan sister chromatids at this point. Okay, so untuk anaphase 1, homologous chromosome separate and move to opposite poles. Untuk telophase 1, the arrival of homologous chromosome at opposite poles. Okay, the arrival of each member of the homologous chromosome at opposite poles. Now, okay, kita sudah have the chromosome number. Okay, kita sudah have the chromosome number, but the chromosome are still composed of 2 chromatids. Okay, so kalau kita tengok sekarang, kita sudah split the homologous chromosome lah. Kita sudah separate, bukan split lah. Kita sudah separate the homologous chromosome. So group yang di sini tidak sudah ada pairing dia. Group yang di sini pun tidak sudah ada pairing homologous chromosome dia. So itu kita panggil sebagai haploid. Ingat, haploid adalah one set of chromosome. Okay, one set of chromosome. And for each of the chromosome, it is still composed of 2 chromatids attached at centromere. So during telophase 1 juga event-event biasa berlaku lah. Spindle fiber disappear, nuclear envelope reforms, and nucleoli will reappear. Okay, so after telophase 1, cytokinesis will occur, di mana untuk animal cell, cleavage furrow formation occur, dan untuk plant cell, cell plate formation occur, and they akan form 2 daughter cell. Okay, 2 daughter cell. So kalau kita tengok di sini, okay, so ini adalah interphase. Okay, interphase where the cell will grow and develop to prepare for cell division. Kemudian kita ada prophase 1, okay, the longest phase, di mana kita punya synapses occur. Okay, synapses occur, crossing over occur, and chiasmata is formed lah. So kalau kita tengok di sini, at this point kita punya sel masih in diploid number. Maksudnya dia masih ada homologous chromosome dia. Dia masih ada 2 set of chromosome. So kalau kita tengok, the number of chromosome is 4. Okay, diploid 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, during metaphase, the number of chromosome is also diploid. The number of chromosome 4 lah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, during anaphase, it is also 2n equal to 4 chromosome. 1, 2, 3, 4. And during telophase, kita sudah have the number of chromosome. Okay, so kita boleh nampaklah, it can be divided into 2 group. Okay, di mana each group now no longer contain 2 sets of chromosome. They only have 1 set of chromosome. Sebab the pair sudah separates. The homologous chromosome sudah separates. So di sini kita ada n equal to 2. 1, 2. And for this daughter cell pun n equal to 2. 1, 2. Okay. So by the end of meiosis 1, kita sudah have our chromosome number from diploid into haploid set. Okay, so next selepas cytokinesis kita akan masuk meiosis 2 lah. Okay, so untuk prophase 2, okay, event-event yang berlaku di meiosis 2 ini lebih kurang sama dengan event yang berlaku di mitosis. Okay, event yang berlaku di mitosis. So prophase 2, nucleoli and nuclear envelope disappear. Chromosome condense and therefore appear shortened and thickened. Central move to opposite poles. Okay, reminder, kalau kamu cakap tentang plant cell, jangan sebut centrals lah. Sebab dalam plant cell tidak ada organelle centrals ini. Okay, new spindle fibers appear. Okay, so ingat during meiosis 2 kita punya number of chromosome sudah menjadi separuh, n equal to 2. Okay, during metaphase 2, sister chromatid line up separately at the metaphase plate of the spindle. Okay, so dia macam during mitosis lah. So individual chromosome line up. Okay, individual chromosome line up at metaphase plate. Okay, dan spindle fiber attached to the centromere. Spindle fiber from opposite poles attached to the centromere. Okay, during anaphase 2, okay, spindle fiber shorten and the centromere divide ataupun the centromere split. So sister chromatid will separate and move to opposite pole. So kita akan pisahkan kita punya sister chromatids at this point. Okay, so macam biasa, because the spindle fiber is attached to the centromere, so when the spindle fiber shorten, the centromere will move first. Kita boleh nampak lah. Okay, pergerakan centromere dahulu ke arah central, ke arah opposite poles. Okay, so spindle fiber shortens. Okay, so untuk anaphase 2, sister chromatids separate and move to opposite poles. And in terms of the number of chromosome, kita ada N equal to 4. N equal to 4. Dia masih haploid. Okay, dia masih haploid. Dia masih N. Okay. During telophase 2, chromosome uncoiled and lengthened and therefore become invisible again. So they return back to chromatin stage. Okay, chromatin stage macam yang kita belajar sebelum inilah. Spindle fiber disappear, nuclear envelope reform and now has half the number of chromosome. Okay, so now kita punya daughter cell semua ada haploid number of chromosome. And then kita akan followed by cytokinesis. Di mana kalau animals cleavage furrow formation, dan untuk plant cell kita ada cell plate formation. Okay, so di sini kita boleh nampaklah after telophase 2, okay, after telophase 2 kita ada 4 daughter cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, yang mana each of them will have half the number of chromosome, okay, from the parent cell. Okay, from the parent cell. So tadi kalau kamu ingat, during meiosis 1, kita punya starting, kita punya parent cell ialah 2n equal to 4. Okay, 2n equal to 4. And at the end of meiosis, kita punya cell, okay, kita punya daughter cell ada 4, di mana each of them have n equal to 2. Okay, n equal to 2 chromosome number. Okay, so it involve halving the number of chromosome. Okay, so ini overview of our meiosis 2. Okay, so now we'll look at the difference between mitosis and meiosis. Okay, so mitosis occurs in somatic cells. So somatic cells adalah all cells other than reproductive cells lah. For example, skin cell, hair cell. Okay, meiosis occur in gonad cells, germ cells ataupun reproductive cells. So example macam yang kita belajar tadi, primordial germ cells in animal cells ataupun spores, megaspores and microspores in plant cells. So untuk mitosis, the cell division occur once. Okay. Untuk meiosis, cell division occur twice. Kita ada meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Mitosis, the number of chromosome for daughter cell is the same as the parent cell. So dia akan produce genetically identical daughter cell. Kalau untuk meiosis, the number of chromosome for daughter cell is half as the parent cell. So untuk meiosis, dia produce genetically non-identical daughter cell. Okay, genetically non-identical daughter cell. So daughter cell yang tidak sama seperti parent cell. Kalau mitosis, by the end of prophase, synapsis does not occur to form bivalent. Kalau meiosis, synapsis occur to form bivalent during prophase 1. Mitosis, no crossing over, so no formation of chiasma. Meiosis, crossing over occurs to form chiasma. Mitosis, 2 daughter cell are produced. Okay, 2 daughter cell di sini which are genetically identical to the parent cell lah. Kalau meiosis, 4 daughter cell are produced. First, because dia ada 2 cell division. Okay, cell division occur twice, so dia ada 4 daughter cell. Okay, dan daughter cell ini is genetically not identical to the parent cell. Content of genetic material is identical in parental cell. Okay, kalau meiosis is not identical as the parental cell. mitosis, cytokinesis occurs once sebab dia cuma ada one cell division sahaja. Kalau meiosis, cytokinesis occur once or twice. Okay, so ada some cells yang between meiosis 1 dengan meiosis 2 dia tidak buat cytokinesis. Okay, ada some cell yang tidak buat cytokinesis lah. Okay, so dia boleh berlaku either once ataupun twice depending on the type of cells. Okay, the daughter cell can undergo mitosis. The daughter cell can undergo mitosis but not meiosis. Okay, so maksud dia di sini ialah, okay, contoh. So kalau untuk meiosis, kita tahu yang kita akan produce daripada satu parent cell, kita akan produce 4 daughter cell kan. Okay, so parent cell dia diploid, daughter cell dia adalah haploid. Okay, daughter cell dia adalah haploid. So daughter cell ini mereka boleh buat mitosis. So maksud dia daughter cell kalau dia buat mitosis, okay, so for example ini adalah daughter cell. Kalau dia buat mitosis, dia akan produce haploid cell yang identical lah. Okay, sebab mitosis dia akan produce genetically identical daughter cell as the parent cell. Okay, yang sama macam parent cell dia. Tetapi daughter cell of meiosis from meiosis process tidak boleh buat meiosis sebab meiosis dia involve halving the number of chromosome. Di sini dia sudah N. Okay, dia sudah ada haploid set of chromosome. So kita tidak boleh separuhkan lagi. Okay, so meiosis, daughter cell from meiosis tidak boleh undergo another meiosis process. Okay, similarities between mitosis and meiosis. Both are involved in DNA replication before the process begin. So both are involved in interphase process lah, di mana kita ada G1, S dengan G2. Okay, both have interphase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Okay, mitosis and meiosis occurs only in eukaryotic cells. Okay, both type of cell division pass genetic information to the next. Okay, so that's it about subtopic 3.4 meiosis.